Hello everyone, welcome to another upload. Hope you're all doing great. Jamaica National Trials has concluded, and on what a final day it was. What a final day. There were some happy moments, there were some nervous moments, of course some disappointing moments with the 4x4, but I'm not even going to be focusing on that. So the 200 meters, as expected, Shericka Jackson won. So she still remains the sprint double champion for Jamaica. Now, I think for a lot of persons, they were probably expecting some faster times in the 200 meters, but based on observation, if we know Shericka Jackson coach, then he would have just told her to go out there and qualify. No fast times. But there was one thing that I noticed, and I don't know if you notice it. I don't know if I'm too observant. I don't know if I'm being nervous about nothing. But of course, Shericka Jackson won the race in a time of 22.29 seconds, and I noticed that she had some tapes on one of her knees. It could be just nothing. I also was observing, when she went up to pick up the medal, I feel like, when she was stepping up, she was extremely cautious. But again, as I said, maybe it's my brain, maybe it's me just too observant, maybe it is nothing. But as we know, Shericka Jackson seemed as if, she started her season. It seems as if she was recovering from something, and I just really hope that all is well with her. Who are the other persons who will be joining her in the 200 meter? Lane Tava Thomas, 22.34 seconds, and that was no surprise. I had said it previously that I anticipate that Lane would have picked up an individual spot. She did last year at trials, but we know how that went. Her transfer of nationality issues was not sorted out in time. And Naisha Berger is also joining them, University of Texas, 22.39 seconds. So that rounds up the women's 200 meters. Those are the persons who will be representing us on the weekend. We realize that Gabby won at the USA in a world lead. But as I say, I'm not concerned about Shericka time. Knowing her coach, she will be ready for Paris once she is healthy. Now, the 110 hurdles was very, very interested. I know for some persons that it was not any surprise because I was listening to the words in the street, and even while I was there in the stadium, there were a lot of persons who were saying Ackera Nugent is going to be the girl to beat, and boy, were they correct. Ackera Nugent won that race in style, a new national record, her season's best, 12.28 seconds. Ackera Nugent left that field in the stadium, and I am extremely happy for Ackera, and I can't wait to see her on the track in Paris. Of course, our girl Danielle Williams, ever consistent. I was just so happy for Danielle Williams. She picked up second place, 12.53 seconds, and has booked her spot to the Olympics, her first Olympics. Despite, her track record, how good she has been, you'll be surprised, right, to believe that this will be Danielle's first Olympics, because she had always just had setbacks and injury whenever it was an Olympic year. But Paris is the year for her, and so she will be representing the black, green, and gold come later down in this month. And of course, Janique Brown, such a beautiful story, also picked up an individual spot. MVP track club athlete, definitely delivered at this championship, 12.61 seconds. And Janique has had a long wait to get here. Her story has been one that has had some sad moments, but yesterday was a happy moment for Janique Brown. She has booked her spot on the flight to Paris. The bronze medalist at the last Olympics, Megan Tapper, unfortunately did not pick up top 3. And I really felt this for Megan. But that's how it is in sport, somebody's going to be left behind, and unfortunately, it was Megan Tapper. Her fighting spirit, it was just not enough for her to pick up any of the top 3 positions, but good attempt, Megan. Now the men's 110 hurdles. Oh Lord, this race was so close. It had everybody in the stadium on edge. Originally, it was announced that it was Orlando Bennett that had won the race. However, upon rechecking, the footages, the winner was declared Rashid Broadbell of Elite Performance Club, 13.17 seconds. And I'm happy to see Rashid back at winning ways. Last season was disappointing for him in terms of the fact that he fell at the start of a race in the world, and his season ended. A season that was going very well, might I add. A season where we thought he was going to pick up a medal at Worlds, but it was not in the Lord's plan for him. Well, he has booked his spot to Paris and will be representing us in the 110 hurdle. Orlando Bennett came in second in a time of 13.18 seconds, and the Olympic champion Hansa Parchment 13.19 seconds. Now let me tell you something. When the first spots were announced and they're taking forever to decide who the top 3 is, I nearly had a nervous breakdown. And I know you may be wondering why. Because I was saying, oh my word, is it that Hansa Parchment has not qualified? And you may be saying, why was it so important for Hansel to qualify for me? But I just have this thing where I believe that, defending champions should have the opportunity to defend their title. Just as I wanted Elaine Thompson-Herah to be on that flight to Paris, but it's not possible. And so I wanted Hansa Parchment in the top 3, not because I have a bias towards any of the other athletes, but I wanted the defending champion to be in the top 3. I want to hear from you though. Were you watching the race, whether at home or at the National Stadium? Were you anxious? Were you nervous when you didn't know who was in the top 3, when you didn't know if Hansa Parchment had made top 3? Drop your comments. Also, for the 200 meters, a lot of people felt it was lukewarm because it wasn't that fast. I mean, the women's 200 meters. Did you share that feeling? Drop your comments. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. And until my next upload, take care.